Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
All right, y'all. I have gotten quite a few Instagram DMs and a few comments on Twitter as well. Not so many YouTube comments just yet about this, but I felt the need to talk about it. And that is the last scene of episode, or the second to last scene of episode 9, when Olivia winds up apologizing to Spencer. She says something super important, and I want to talk about what does she mean by that. Okay, so this scene is by far my favorite scene of the entire episode. It is the scene that made me the most emotional. And if you haven't already, you can watch my live reactions video and you can actually see exactly how I responded. That reaction video, I literally recorded myself watching the video for watching the episode the very first time, and I tend to watch those episodes quite a few times, but that was the very first time, so you really get my raw response and emotion. And Olivia really just, well, Olivia and Spencer, because they both in that scene were just absolutely immaculate, but Olivia kind of just took me there with her apology. I now, after like having time to process it, I realized that that is really what I wanted from her this entire time. It's like, yeah, y'all, y'all look at me and be like, "Oh, Erica's so hard on Olivia," and I have definitely, been very critical of her behavior this season in reference to just having dialogue around why she's doing what she's doing, questioning what she's doing, and all of that. And ultimately, I felt the biggest relief when she apologized to Spencer, and it wasn't just for the car crash, or asking him to switch spaces. I felt like that apology was kind of for all of it. I think that this became the moment where she really started to shift and put the last few months into perspective. Because when you think about it in that scene, she wasn't coming there to apologize to Spencer. It is not until she gets pushback from him when she has yet another request, right? She has yet another request for him and he gives pushback, and that pushback puts her into a different perspective at the right time, because she's more receptive in this moment after going to see Leslie and after hearing Billy leave that voicemail. That she has like a shift happen in her brain. And I don't know, the scene was very, very powerful, but then how she left off with it and what she said was super nuanced and complex. And I totally get how some people have been confused. Like, I'm going to try to talk about specific things. Like, people are asking me, like, well, are they really broken up? And what I think is going to happen in reference to all that. But then again, this particular question of what did she mean when she said what she said, has come up quite a bit, so I felt like it was worthwhile to talk about. And Olivia says,
I have people waiting for me to come back. The sun rise. And I know it's my fault that you're not still one of them.
now I will preface this by saying, y'all, this is 100% my opinion. Like, this is not necessarily facts. This is what I believe it to be. Y'all know I like to get into the psychology of things sometimes, what people are feeling as well as what they're thinking and their word choice and all of that. And I went back and watched this particular scene quite a few times. And again, like I mentioned before, I think that she's coming from a place of apology and remorse, not just for what has happened in the last 24 to 48 hours, but what has transpired over the course of the last 2 to 4 months, if we're going to be honest. And when she says, I have people waiting for me to come back, she's definitely talking about the Bakers. Like, the Bakers that are at home, they don't know what's going on with her, but they want her to come home. They want her to be there. She realizes that now. But she also, in that moment, I think, registers and acknowledges the fact that Spencer has always been a person who has been in her corner. And I know we have gone back and forth in the comment section quite a bit, y'all, but Spencer is not like shaky ground for Olivia. Like, he has been solid. Even while he was dating Layla, he has always been a really great friend to Olivia. I will forever go back to that episode where Olivia found pills and was really, really struggling on her sobriety journey. And Spencer picked up on it. Everything from walking past her down the stairs in the baker's house and just feeling like something is off when she's going up the stairs and he's coming down the stairs, to her not being in her first period and him coming to look for her, finding her in the car and knowing something is up. And then even in that moment, she tells him what happened. He's like, okay, so what do I need to do next? Because this is something that's new to him, but he's in it with her and will support her through that. Spencer has forever been solid, and I think in this moment it's a call to that, because regardless of all of the things that might have happened, and yes, they have only been going through their back and forth in this season, by way of Olivia and her running, career, but we're not gonna harp on that. She knows that he's always been there, and I think that this is a setup to talk about that, because in the next era, or at least the next phase that we're about to see, y'all, we're going to see a step back Spencer. And I wanted to be very particular about the words that I use, because y'all like to get real, real mad when your good sis is honest with you. But Spencer is definitely going to be taking a step back. He has to. He needs to. And that's something that he realizes in this episode. And I think for me in this moment, that's what she is referencing. Like, she knows that that's what's to come. She knows that Spencer is not going to be right there to fix something or to jump in or to simply just make her feel better about whatever might be going on. And she's taken accountability for it, because she has had chance after chance after chance. And specifically in this season, y'all, there's been quite a few chances, and she's chosen to go the other way. She's chosen not to lean into it. She's chosen not to reciprocate. And I think that that's what Spencer speaks to in reference to saying, like, your addiction really has a hold on you. You're not thinking about anybody, not even yourself, which means ultimately, what I heard, the subtext of that was, you're going to not only destroy yourself, but everyone else. And if we don't stop you, or if I don't at least stop you from destroying me, then everything is going to be ruined. And I think that she receives it, and that's what we're seeing in this moment with these words that she says. It's really heartbreaking when you think about it, because you can kind of see a person register, like, the moment they realize they've gotten to the point where they've gone beyond the boundaries, or, when something is too late, like it's too late for you to get it together, or it's too late for you to turn this around. And not that I'm saying that it's too late for Spencer and Olivia, because I'm not saying that at all. Like, I'm working on what I want to do in reference to a video specifically about them and what's next. But my short answer, and what I've been telling y'all, because y'all also been sliding my DMs about this, is that I believe that Spencer and Olivia are on pause. Like, they got to take time to get their stuff together on their own. But I think in this moment, she realizes, like, this is the very first time that she gets this response from Spencer. But this is the moment where it's kind of like the end of the rope for her in reference to her unlimited ask of him. Like, at this point, she realizes, like, yo, whenever I've needed this dude, he's been here. And even though he's saying no right now in this moment, he's actually still showing up for her in the way that she needs, even though it's not in the way that she wants. And that one statement, like, for me, literally is saying all that. Like, it's a realization of all of that. And I say that because at the end of the statement, she says, and I know it's my fault that you're no longer one of them. And y'all, those are some real words, yo. It's the accountability for me. It's the beautiful, like, I know I messed up and I'm going to make it better. Just know that is super important and means a lot to me. And I'm going to use my words with intention for me. Olivia, yo, I'm so proud of Olivia. I cannot say that enough. If you haven't watched my episode 9 breakdown, then you didn't know that I'm so proud of Olivia in this moment. But that is what that statement means. Like, she really just really understands. Like, I think she really, really understands, and she can't blame him. Like, that's what it means. Like, I don't blame you for telling me no right now. I don't fault you for deciding not to get back in a car with me. So like even when you think about that, y'all, she came there asking can he ride with her back to her house so that she can be with her family and kind of like brace for impact and help her handle whatever was going to be on the other end of that. So not only was she asking for more support in this way, but she was also asking a man that she had just got into a car crash with, was drinking when she was driving in the car with him and crashed, asked him to switch spaces so that he could take the fall for it to get back in a car with her again. Girl, I can't. But even that, like, that's the thing that prompts Spencer to really push back and make a stand. And she also says, before she makes the statement that we're talking about, she actually apologized, saying,
I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that to you. You deserve so much better.
and that's that, y'all. That's what I think. When Olivia says, I have people waiting for me to come back, and I know that it's my fault that you're no longer one of them, that is what I think that she means. I think that she knows that moving forward, the way that Spencer and hers relationship looks is going to look a lot differently. The way that Spencer's going to show up for her is going to not necessarily look like him actually physically showing up or him physically being available. Him showing up for her as well as showing up for himself, y'all, in the next few episodes. And you might not want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you the truth because I keep it real. That looks like him keeping his distance. That looks like him showing up for himself. The best way that Spencer can support Olivia right now is to show up for his damn self, keep his distance, honor his words, honor his boundaries, and continue to push her to get back on track by not enabling her to do the foolishness that she's been doing. I said what I said. Now, y'all been asking me for it and asking me for it and asking me for it, and I'm finally ready to release that video. I am going to release the video of Does Spencer Love Olivia More? Because after this episode, I definitely have a few little thoughts that I want to add on to there. And I also think I'm going to use that video to go into a little bit more depth about things that I wanted to mention in this video, but it would have been just a little bit too much, specifically in reference to when I started to touch upon, Spencer giving her time and time again, or chances, because in all honesty, we talked about the beginning of the episode or the beginning of the season, how Spencer goes to her Black Lives Matter mural painting, and we don't know this until after we see Vegas, but this is after she like literally walks out on him, and Spencer literally has returned back to her, has wanted to pursue a friendship with her, has still wanted to be in her orbit even after her putting him through that and knowing that he has abandonment issues. So it's been little things throughout the season that also are weighing on Spencer, y'all. So this is not just a car crash. It's not just her falling off the wagon. It's not just, her asking about switching spaces. It's for Spencer. And I definitely think that, like we saw in episode 9 when he was thinking back for every time he saw her with that cup that she poured the alcohol out of, it's going to be for him going back to all of the times where he kind of like put his own feelings aside or put his own perspective aside, put himself aside to try to show up for her, and that's going to be the thing that informs him moving forward within their relationship. And I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper into that too. So that video is coming finally. Y'all can get off my neck about it. I appreciate you though. Love you. And before I tell you to get in the comment section and tell me all that you think, you believe, or any questions that you have, I want to talk a little bit about my Erica Vane TV merch. Y'all, the merch is coming sooner than you think, and I will be releasing it to the exclusive email list. So the link is going to be in the description box if you would like to sign up to learn more and get the notification as soon as it is live. Again, it is going to be live sooner rather than later, and it's going to pop up in our email list first. And I'm doing t-shirts in a very limited quantity. If you watched my live or you were on my live on Monday prior to the episode 9 party, you saw me rocking one of the shirts, and the shirt said, "Love me like Olivia loves Spencer." There are quite a few designs that you will be able to check out. Again, link in the description box. Sign up for the email list because I will have all the information going out via email. And Go ahead and let your fandom show and fly. Like, I've been working on this merch for a while and I'm very, very excited. I've been working very, very hard for it, and I wanted to do something that would accurately display our love of the show, our love of these characters, our love of these actors. Um, and our love of this community. So I hope that you guys like it. If you have any ideas or anything that you would love to see on the shirt or you would love to have integrated into some merch, you can also include that in the comment section because I'm going through the comments. And now y'all know the deal. It's your turn. Tell me what you thought about this video. Tell me what you thought about what Olivia said. Let me know all your comments, thoughts, and theories in the comment section down below. Also, let me know your merch comments. I am taking the weekend to go through all of my comments and catch up, y'all. You know, since the beginning, since our channel really popped off and all of my All American content really popped off, I started out really trying to respond to every single comment, and I'm trying to get back to that. So this weekend I will definitely be catching up on comments. So post a comment and I will be either seeing it and liking it or definitely replying to it. And I can't wait to see the conversations that y'all have around this video in the comment section down below because it is absolutely lit. We literally have the best All American community on the internet. Also, y'all have been sliding in my DMs talking about the rest of the season. Yes, I did see the titles, and I will be having a video coming shortly about my title predictions for the rest of the season. What does it look like for All American and what is next for season 3? I am working on getting confirmation in reference to the next hiatuses that will be coming and more. So be sure to hit subscribe, join the tribe so that you do not miss out on any of my All American videos and you are up to date with the most accurate information possible on the series. If you made it this far, I need you to go ahead, we're going to take it back to the classic. 4 lightning bolt emojis in your comment when you post your comment so that I know that you're a real one. You made it to the end of the video, and I got to show you some extra special real love. I appreciate you so, so very much. Be sure to like this video and share it on your social media if you really want to show some love to your good sis. Be sure if you do share it on social media, if you drop the link into your Twitter or you screenshot and post it on Insta stories, that you also mention me at ericavane.com so that I can repost you and show you some love right back. If you're new here, I am Erica Vane and I post new All American videos every day, sometimes twice a day. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.